Hey, what's up, everyone? In this video, I'm going to show you the exact technology stack that I am currently using to power all of my businesses, not just the My Listing Club, but also my other WordPress agency, and then a couple of other WordPress-based businesses that I have. So this is not an affiliate link situation. I'm not trying to get you to click on affiliate links so I can generate revenue. Most of this stuff I don't really do affiliates for anymore. I'm not trying to sell you anything. I'm just showing you the exact tools that I use on a pretty much daily basis. If you were to log into any of my WordPress websites, you're going to see this stuff installed. If it's not something that gets installed, if you were to log into and see my web browser, you would see that there's in my favorites bar, there are links to these tools. So it's either whether it's installed or it's something I use on the web. This stuff is I use this every day. Some of it I actually do use all day, every day. So again, just solutions that you can trust and they're proven to work because I use them myself to power my businesses. And by and large, a lot of my clients use this same exact stuff. So, they trust when I say, hey, let's use this, they're going to use it. Okay. Whenever one of these cards that we're going to look at here has like a deal tag on it, which I'll show you in a second, that means it's going to link to my InfluenceWP project. So I've got that noted up here at the top. InfluenceWP, if you don't already know, is my personal MyListing project. So it's built with the MyListing theme. It's a passion project to give back to WordPress. It's where these deals are coming from. So it'd be really awesome if you went over there and checked it out. The memberships are free for my clients, as I note here and link to. But if you go over there and there's a deal that you want, and just when you sign up for the membership to get the deal, it becomes a free membership because you get your money right back. Because some of the deals are 40%, 50%, 60, 70. I think they're really, really good deals. So there's really no money involved. You might pay for a membership. You're going to get that money right back and then some. Okay. So that is what, when you see a deal tag on these individual cards, that's what that means. All right, so let's run through this top to bottom, starting with My Listing add-ons. So these are add-ons from the My Listing Club. These, if you were to log into my InfluenceWP project, you're going to see these add-ons in use. I use my own products, my own add-ons for My Listing. Okay, so all of these will give you a quick overview of what they do, and then obviously they link to the product page, and you can get those. You can either pay for them full price, or if you are, various levels of my client, you get discounts on all this. And this stuff is very low cost already. There's no subscription. It's just a lifetime. You buy it once, it's yours. All right. So that's the add-ons. I'll let you guys do your own research on those. What I mainly want to dive into as far as explaining is these everything else. So business operations, security, whatever, all that kind of stuff. Non-add-ons, if you will. So I'm not going to sit here and do a super long video on this. I'm going to go really fast and really high level on this stuff. Okay. And you'll also notice besides deal, you'll see a free tag. So that's self-explanatory. That just means that you can get it I'm using the free version. Some of these have, even if it says free, there's a paid version. I'm just saying that I'm able to use the free version of it, and it's just fine. If there's no tag, like this Notion down here at the bottom, that box, that just means it's not free. I'm not using the free. I take that back. Notion is free. I need to put the free tag on that. But typically it means if there's no tag whatsoever, that it's not free. There's no free version, or I'm not using the free version, and there's no deal. That's what that means. Okay. InfluenceWP, you know what that is. I put free on there, and I just explained why it's free. Take advantage of one deal, and you get your money back. So that is a top resource. ChangeLogWP is another project of mine. It's totally free. You can go there and you can subscribe to changelogs. So there's plugins, there's hosting companies, whatever you want to subscribe to their changelog, and you can get notified in your email if you want to. So a plugin gets updated, you're going to get an email in your inbox if you choose to do so that says, hey, this plugin is updated. You may want to check it out. Next up is WP Umbrella. That's what I use to manage all of my client sites and my own sites. So doing updates, security scans, reporting, automated backups, all sorts of things. So that's how I do my centralized management for myself and my clients. Asana is my project and task management board. I use this all day, every day. If you become a managed MyListing client or a website care client of mine, we work in Asana. That's where we manage your tasks together. Airtable, that's what I use for the MyListing worksheets. Definitely go check the MyListing worksheets out if you haven't already. And it's where I do all of my checklists, all of my standard operating procedures, my SOPs for my businesses. Just I document all kinds of stuff in there. Licensing. When I do audits for you guys, I do the audits in there. I live in Airtable all day, every day. And I'm just on the free version. Toggl, it's what I use when I do client work and I want to track my time. How long do I spend working on support for certain things? Next up is Termageddon. You've probably heard of this by now if you've followed me at all. Termageddon is what I use and my clients use for website policies, and they auto update as the laws change. It's a really cool product. If you click on this deal link, it's going to take you over to InfluenceWP, as I've said before. What's cool here is you're going to get 2 free licenses. Okay, really, really cool. So you don't even have to, most of you won't even have to pay for it if you follow that deal. Now it's for, you just go check out the deal. It's a really good deal. NeetoCal, it's what I use now for my online booking and meetings and all of that stuff. If you haven't seen it yet, let me see if I can pull this up on my other browser here real quick. I want to show you this. So this is my new booking page. This is built with NeetoCal. So this is what they call it, like an intro page, and it's got all of my, so I've got like an about section here. I've got links to my various projects, and then I've got all these individual things that you can book on here. So this was all done with NeetoCal, and you can sell things on here, whole group meetings. I mean, it's really, really powerful stuff. I replaced Cal with it. Calendly, book like a boss. This is my go-to now, and this is totally free. Okay, if you have a team, you'll want to get the pro version, and over at InfluenceWP, you can get the deal for that. But it's already it's super, super cheap. It's like they practically give it away for free. While we're here, I want to point out in my previous meeting I did video I did yesterday, I talked about adding a new free consultation. I've done that. You can see that here. So just a little sidebar. These are 20 minutes long. These are 100% free. You don't have to put any money down to get to those. In the past, what I did is I accepted a small payment for these, and then I would reimburse you if you signed up for one of my like support or a project or something like that. I'd give you your money back. But I wanted to do this one where there's absolutely no money collected. It's just a way for us to get to know each other, for you to ask quick pre-sales questions if you want, things of that nature. All right, so a little sidebar there. Okay, so that's NeetoCal, NeetoRecord, by the same company, Neeto. It's what I'm using right now to record this video. So think of it as like a Loom video recording replacement, and it's absolutely free too. I put deal on here because I wanted you guys to know that there was a deal. But you can use these for free. The only thing that if you want to remove the branding, for example, or if you have a team, that's when you're going to want to pay. So these could have actually had a free tag on them as well, but I wanted you to know that there was a deal available. Next up is Quillbot. It's what I use for all of my spelling and grammar. There's AI built into it if you want to use that piece where it helps you rewrite certain things. But I use Quillbot, and there's a browser extension, so it's going to work with Elementor. It's going to work with anywhere within your MyListing website where you're creating content. It's going to work, and then it also works outside your website as well. So your email apps, docs, things of that nature. So very, very cool solution there. I was previously on Grammarly, so Quillbot is cheaper, more powerful in my opinion, and it's less resource intensive, so it's not going to eat up all of your computer resources. It's faster. Let's just say that. Notion, it's what I use for all my internal documentation. Pretty self-explanatory, my own personal knowledge base. And that I'm using the free version of Notion. I got to go update that card. Okay, sales and marketing and communication. WooCommerce, that's self-explanatory. And on MyListing websites, we all use WooCommerce. I would say 99.9% of us do. Automate Woo is automating processes within WooCommerce. WooCommerce subscriptions, if you want to sell listing subscriptions, which I highly recommend that you do, versus using the default MyListing packages. It's just they're leaps and bounds a better way to monetize and sell listings. WooCommerce memberships is what I use. It's to lock down certain content and provide access to various, levels of membership, different levels of my clients. So it's a way you can lock down content based on what WooCommerce subscriptions they buy, for example. Next up is Microsoft 365. It's very similar to like Google Workspace. It's almost identical. It's just different brands, but I've been using MyListing 365 since it first came out. It's how I use what I use for all my email, my docs, cloud storage for files, things of that nature. Fluent CRM, that is what I use for email marketing and automation. We're going to get into email sending here in a bit, but there's a deal for that. I highly recommend Fluent CRM if you're not using that. Bitflows is what I use for my WordPress automation. Link Central is what I use for the shortened links. There's also like an analytics piece to it. There's also an affiliate links piece to it. It's very, very powerful stuff. But I mostly use it for shortening URLs and then tracking clicks on those URLs. RafflePress is what I use to run the giveaways. Whether it's any of my sites, I've got it installed on multiple sites, but that's my WordPress giveaway and rewards solution. Here's that email stuff that I was alluding to before. When you first start out with MyListing, I highly recommend just go get the free version of MailPoet and call it a day. It's going to cover all of your transactional email needs, all of your email marketing needs. Install it, get a free account, install it, configure it. I've got a guide on the club website for it. It's very simple to set up and you're done. So if you're just starting out, get it and you're done. If you exceed the free version, which you're not going to exceed the free version for quite some time, but if you happen to, there is a deal for it over on InfluenceWP. All right. When and if you outgrow MailPoet or you have some specific thing that's causing you to need a more advanced email sending system from WordPress, I didn't need this until I started my ChangeLogWP project. So I've not ever had a MyListing project that needed this stack. But one of my businesses sends out a ton of email, and that's ChangeLogWP. So I needed to go explore something other than MailPoet. And that's where I did Amazon SES, Simple Email Systems, and along with the Fluent SMTP plugin that hooks into Amazon SES to send all the email, okay? But most of you will not need this. Amazon SES is not super simple to set up. It's not hard, but it's not super simple as just install MailPoet and you're done, okay? So that's why I wanted to break these out here for you. Most of you, MailPoet, call it a day. It works. It's a WooCommerce based. It's meant to work with WooCommerce and then obviously WordPress. So that's why I highly recommend it. Design and development, Elementor Pro, self-explanatory, but I can't imagine building any Elementor site, let alone a MyListing based Elementor site. I can't imagine building an Elementor site without Elementor Pro because Elementor just does nothing on its own. It's just way too basic. So you get into Elementor Pro, you get to use their forms and other advanced widgets. And I've got a guide for how to replace Contact Form 7 in MyListing with Elementor Pro forms. That's one of my most popular guides I've ever written. WP Codebox is my current code snippet management plugin. I do all my code snippets in there. It does some really cool advanced things if you want to get into it, like creating plugins and things like that. I recently, in my previous video I did yesterday, I talk about how I just came out with a code snippets guide. It's going to walk you through from the top to bottom and my top recommendations, like it's kind of like a flow chart of which code snippet solution that you should use and what I recommend. Okay, so I would go check that out. I just posted that yesterday or the day before. CSS Pro, that is what I use to it's like a browser extension. It is a browser extension. You just click it, activate it, and you can inspect any CSS on your site very easily. So if you want to find out a font that's used, a font size, a padding, a border radius, whatever it is that you want to find out, you can do that rather than diving into and inspecting the code in the browser. Visual Studio Code, that is where I write a lot of code and edit it. It's also my default text file reader editor. And if I need to compare files, that's what I use. Love it. WP Grid Builder is what I use to build those grids on the MyListing Club website, those grids where you can filter guides, code snippets, and all that stuff. And I use this on multiple sites to build grids. It's really, really powerful stuff. Sizey is a browser-based, it's like another browser, but it's to help you with your web design and like responsive design. So whether you want to make that design look good on large screens all the way down to the smallest screens, it's going to help you with that. And it also helps you like emulate the devices. So if you want to emulate somebody running an iPhone, you can do that and see exactly what they're going to see. Next up is Canva. That's how I do all my graphics with it, whether it's social media posts, logos, whatever, it's Canva. Shots is if you take a screenshot, an image, whatever that graphic is, put it up into Shots. It's a website, and you can do all kinds of cool stuff with it. Like put cool backgrounds, overlays, all kinds of stuff. Just go check it out. But it's meant to create beautiful mock-ups, and it does just that. And it's totally free. Security and performance, Cloudflare. I put it every single site, every single WordPress site I ever install, Cloudflare goes in front of it at the edge for security and performance. If you're not using Cloudflare, you're leaving performance and security on the table. Just go get it. It's free. Do it. Cloudflare Turnstile is all you need for your spam. In my journey in WordPress and since my listing started, lots of talk around spam. How do I protect my forms? Yada, yada, yada. Cloudflare Turnstile. Get that Cloudflare account. It's free. Then you can use Cloudflare Turnstile. There is a free plugin I recommend. Install it, configure it. It's very easy to configure, and you're done. You're probably never going to get spam again. All right. So no fussing with all of these random spam plugins. You don't need to do that anymore. This is what you need. Keys to hosting. It's what I host all my websites on, all my client websites on. If you follow me for any amount of time, you'll know keys to hosting. If you go through the club, you're going to get enterprise level hosting. Right? Literally, I'm trusting my own businesses I've partnered with other people in WordPress. We're using Keensta. All right. Huge names in technology use Keensta. Microsoft, for example, uses it. This is no joke, guys. Like, you're getting enterprise level hosting for I think less than the price, depending on your level of membership with me through the club, for less than the price of their entry level plan. They have the best support, some of the best support, if not the best support in the entire business. You're going to get $6,000+ worth of premium software licensing from me. So Keensta on its own, sign up for it through the club on its own. Now imagine Ryan, the MyListing Club is going to pay for your Elementor license, going to pay for your Fluent Forms, your Fluent CRM, your Bitflows, your thousands and thousands of dollars worth of software. So if you're sitting there, you're paying for that cheap $4.99 a month hosting that's crap. And then you got to go out and buy Elementor Pro. And then you got to go out and buy Fluent CRM. And you got to go out and buy this and you got to buy that. It's stupid. It's dumb. Just sign up for the club's Keensta account. I'll help you migrate your site over. You're going to have a faster, more secure site. Amazing support, and you get all of that software. It makes no sense for you guys to be out there on something like a stupid Cloudways that you followed a link from the MyListing support board and signed up for that. It's garbage, right? You signed up for cheap hosting. Maybe you got, like I said, you followed a Cloudways link through the help desk. You followed somebody else's affiliate link to some other crappy hosting. There is other good hosting. I'm not saying Keensta isn't the only one, but it's top 2, top 3, easy. Anytime you see a contest ran, a voting contest, it's in the top 3 every single time. Don't skimp on hosting. You need powerful hosting for my listing websites, period. If you have concerns, like I don't want to sign up for Kinsta Hosting because that's through the club and that's through Ryan, and he's whatever, he's providing that access. He has access. I don't care about your access. I care about you and your business. I don't care about your site, like accessing it, seeing what's going on. I don't have time for that. I literally am just supplying you guys with a deal and software and recommendations, and I get out of the way and let you guys do your things. One of the top reasons I see my listing websites being abandoned these days is because they choose crappy hosting or they chase free solutions all of the time. So it just doesn't work. Go sign up for the Kinsta Hosting. We have limited slots available. I can't take everybody. So get it while you can. Next up is Perf Matters. Every single WordPress website I install gets Perf Matters. And I've got a really awesome guide over on the club website for it. It is hands down the best way to optimize WordPress, especially with MyListing. You can turn off most of the MyListing features on pages that don't require it and really speed up your site. Turn off Elementor on pages that we don't need Elementor. Turn off membership plugins on pages that you don't need to lock the memberships down. Turn off WooCommerce subscriptions on pages like your homepage that you have nothing to do with subscriptions. Like, it is a really, really awesome plugin, and they are about, it's in beta right now, but they have a new code snippets feature. So I'm keeping my eye closely on that. It's just really, really powerful. Two-factor. Every WordPress website should have this installed. It's a plugin. So you have to have 2 forms of authentication. So typically it is your password and your 2-factor authentication key. No one can get into your site. 99.9% of the world will not be able to ever get into your site if you put 2-factor authentication. You should have 2-factor authentication turned on all of your accounts, especially ones that deal with privacy, like user account information, or like you sign up for an Amazon account, put 2-factor on that so people can't place orders and get into your Amazon account and just start placing random orders or getting your payment information. Anything sensitive in the world that you log into should have 2-factor authentication. This plugin with WordPress, install it, super simple, call it a day. It's by the official WordPress development team. So it's fast, it's lightweight, secure, it's really good stuff. It's totally free. Bitwarden, it's what I use for my password management. It's going to generate random secure passwords that you can put into websites. It also has the 2-factor authentication piece, which you can use the free version of Bitwarden. But the reason I don't put free here is because I use the paid version and it's very inexpensive. But what it does is, imagine you hit a website that has 2-factor authentication turned on. Bitwarden is going to pass you right through that website. It's going to put in your 2-factor authentication code for you and put you right into the site. Otherwise, you need a separate app, which I used for years. I had an app on my phone, and I'd have to look at my phone, pull up the app, pull up the whatever I was trying to log into, copy the code, or visualize it, and then enter it into the website. With Bitwarden, it's those things, that's over. You don't need to do that. You just literally click, boom, you're in. ShortPixel, it's my image optimization plugin of choice. With your MyListing website, unless you are the only one, you or your team are literally the only ones uploading images to your site, you have to have this plugin, because you're going to have massive image sizes on your MyListing website that start slowing it down, and you're going to eat up your disk space on your server, which is not good. So if you've got listing owners, even just a handful, updating listings, adding listings now and in the future, and they're going to be putting images in there, you need image optimization, and I recommend ShortPixel as that solution. Last up, and I'll get you guys out of here, is SEO and Analytics. I use SEO Pro for all of my sites for on-page SEO. It is, the competitors would be like Yoast, Slim SEO. I'm trying to think of some of the other ones off the top of my head. It's you know what I'm talking about. It's a SEO plugin. It is the best, in my opinion. If you do any polling or any contests, SEO Press often wins it. If it's not, it's second place. But it is all you need, and the price, can't beat the price. A lot of this stuff that I've been mentioning here, if you're my client, you get this stuff. All right, I'll just give it to you. Like SEO Press is one of those. I can give it to you. SocialBee is what I use for social media scheduling. So if I need to schedule anything on social media, write the post, schedule it through SocialBee. It's just like an all-in-one social media assistant. WriteBlogger, one of my absolute favorite tools. Imagine, it can help you. This is what I use it for every day. I use it for a lot of things, but every day I create a video in YouTube, and there's a solution where you can convert that YouTube video over to a post. And then it'll even help you SEO optimize the post. And then there's a million other AI tools that are built into it. There's like 70 or 80 tools that are built into that. But anyway, this is one of my absolute favorite tools. Next up is Permalink Manager. This is going to help you get those custom SEO optimized permalinks in MyListing or any WordPress website. I've got a guide on the club, within the club, for that as well. It works hand in hand with the club's enhanced permalink add-ons. There's one for categories, and there's also one for regions. So this is the plugin that's used alongside that to make that magic happen. SEO Power Suite is what I use to audit sites for SEO and get recommendations, find broken links, things of that nature. And last up is Analytics WP. It is the analytics plugin that I was desperately seeking for a long time to find the right solution, and I settled on Analytics WP. Secure, lightweight, and accurate WordPress analytics. Okay, so that's it. Hopefully you got some value out of this. I'm gonna probably do this every 6 months, but what I do is, if I start using a new tool, and let's say I use it ongoing, and I'm like, I've recognized that this is something I'm going to keep using, then I come over here to this page and I'm going to update the page. Conversely, if there's something, like if I come down here, let's say maybe Notion is no longer my internal documentation or knowledge base. Maybe I found something else I like, or I just don't need it anymore. I'm going to come in here and I'm going to take it out. Okay, so you guys will always have a running document, if you will, of what I'm using, what I'm trusting with my own businesses. Okay, all right. Hope you guys are good, and I will see you in the next video.